Hello dear friends, loyal followers of BS Academy channel. I'm very happy to be here with another video for you. As usual, we're going to go to the quotex broker chart, take a few trades, and analyze them to see the reasons behind each trade. Alright, here we see a strong downtrend moving downward. I'm going to place a sell trade here as the new candle starts. As you can see, friends, we have a zone here that becomes clearer with this tool. We had a zone here, and there was also a number level right at this point. Our red candle has come down strongly, breaking through this zone and passing it, and now we see another level below. Well, since it has managed to break through and move lower, you can see that more than half of the body of this red candle has crossed our level and moved down. This means that the downtrend will continue until it reaches here. Between these two levels, we don't have any other zones or levels. So our red candles will continue their trend until they reach this lower SNR zone, and when they do, we'll analyze it together to decide what to do next. Alright, we saw that this trade also closed in profit. Let me clear these and zoom in a bit. You see, there's no need even to draw support and resistance lines. If we zoom in a bit so that the candles are more visible in the video and adjust it to see this level, simply moving the mouse over any part of the chart will show us a series of lines. Just by holding the mouse here, we can see if this red candle that's moving down will close on this level or not. All I need to do is hold my mouse here to see how this candle reacts to it. As you can see, it came close to this line, almost touched but didn't quite reach, yet got very close to our support level. Here, we need to wait to see if a new candle forms that comes down to fill the gap of this hammer's lower wick or not. If it comes down and touches this line, we can enter another trade. Everything depends on the closing point of the candle that touches this line and its reaction to it. I'm deliberately not drawing any lines here because I want your eyes to gradually get used to recognizing these levels on the chart. Look at this area without drawing any lines. I just hold the mouse here and it shows a specific level. There's no need to use any special tools. Many people message me asking to trade on the alpari broker. You can do your trades just as easily on alpari in this way. Here we saw a red candle with a very weak body and a long wick. The wick came down and reacted to this level, touched it, and then reversed. We still need to wait if we want to make a more reliable trade. You could place a buy trade here, but since there's some distance from our support line, the risk is a bit higher. The ideal situation would have been to place a trade when the red candle came down to touch our support line. As soon as it touched the line, we could have opened a trade, but since I was talking, I missed the opportunity. The best scenario would have been to open a trade right on our line. Friends, these points are very important in terms of psychology and the subjectivity of the trader. We had a zone here and were waiting for the candles to come down to it to see how they would react so we could open a trade. Here the distance was too much. As I said, there could be a candle coming to fill this gap. If a candle came and closed on this line with some rejection, we could open a trade with confidence. But that didn't happen. It was almost a similar candle to the previous one, with a long wick that touched our zone and then reversed upwards. Now it's easy to say, oh no, what a missed opportunity. Look at how the candle went up. We could have made a great trade here. But friends, it's far better to miss an opportunity than to lose money. If we had entered a buy trade after this candle, there was a chance that another red candle could have started from here, moved down, and closed in a way that would have resulted in a loss. Therefore, we choose the least risky option. This is my personal view, and many experts or fellow traders may disagree with me. My opinion isn't necessarily correct, but I try to reduce the risk as much as possible and enter trades where I can feel more confident and where there's no large distance like this. But once again, let me explain. If we had opened the trade right here, we definitely would have felt more confident. And even if a red candle formed afterward, there would have been a wick, and we could still have profited from it. When we miss this opportunity, we shouldn't rush. Many people panic, like at the start of the next candle, when they see it's moving up and turning green, they quickly open their trade, but unfortunately, in most cases it ends up reversing suddenly and a red candle closes instead. Opportunities in financial markets are endless, friends, so there's no need to rush. Don't stress yourself out. Opportunities are countless, and you can make many successful and good trades without rushing. Alright, this area is now a strong and suitable zone for us. We will wait to see how this candle closes. This green candle came exactly to the point I mentioned. The wick touched it, and then it started moving upward.
To easily and freely register with the Quotex broker, click on the link in the video description.
Alright friends, I've opened a sell trade here. In previous videos, I mentioned that long wicks can serve as relatively strong SNR zones for us. Here we see a candle with a relatively weak body. By relatively, I mean that the body is weak compared to the wick. It has a long wick at the top, and we're not focusing on the lower wick for now. From the tip of this long upper wick, we can consider a resistance zone. This powerful green candle moved up and reached the exact level we marked, the tip of the long wick of that candle. Afterward, with the start of the next candle, you see that I opened the trade, and this strong red candle came down and our trade closed in profit easily. These are points that, if you've been following my channel for a long time and watched all my videos, won't be new to you. I've talked about all of these things in my previous videos, but they keep repeating. On different charts, you can see how I use these same points and, with the help of price action, make successful trades. As you can see, we don't even need to draw trend lines or support and resistance lines here. We also have an uptrend forming, a relatively strong upward trend. But the point I mentioned here is so important and shows such a strong area that even in the middle of this powerful uptrend, we see a red candle appear. So you can use these points to make the most of your trades in the trend and make very successful trades with the help of price action. Look friends, exactly the same point we just discussed applies here as well. You see, we have a doji candle with a very long wick. If we draw a line from the wick, look here. Let me mark it. There was a reaction to it once, resulting in a trend reversal. And again, we see the same thing happening here. So these are very important aspects that we often overlook on the chart. Alright, our uptrend is continuing very strongly. Remember friends, that in the areas where we had a resistance zone and it was broken, on the pullback, look, when a trend like this breaks through all of our resistance lines or levels and moves up, we can use the pullback on most of them. So we shouldn't miss these opportunities. This trend is moving up, but eventually, as you can see from the shape of the candles, the bodies are weakening one by one. We see wicks and rejections forming on them, and ultimately it reaches this level, which we had marked before, indicating a trend reversal. So when it gets here, based on the form and shape of these candles, we expect another trend reversal to occur here, and eventually it will reverse gradually. It may form a corrective wave and continue its uptrend, or our trend might completely turn bearish. Alright, as I mentioned, it reversed and our trade was successful. If you pay attention, friends, the tip of this wick reached a round number zone. What's our round number here? The number is 83.720. I was planning to open the trade exactly when it came up and reached this round number. There was a bit of a delay in opening it, but this delay actually worked in my favor. On the pullback, we see a bearish candle forming. As I said, it came up to this area and then had a drop. Now this could be a corrective downtrend that comes down before we continue with the third wave. If we consider this as the first wave, it could potentially form something like this. You see, our first wave went up to here, and now the second wave could come down to around this level. It's not possible to predict exactly how far, and then the third wave could form. Such a scenario could happen, or it may not, and the trend might gradually turn bearish. We need to see where the high and low form and what happens, and wait a bit to get a better outcome from our trades. Alright, for now I prefer to wait and see which direction our trend will take so I can make a better decision. But there's a point I'd like to make here while the candles are forming. Friends, whenever the market price suddenly shoots up, like here, you can see there was only one red candle in its path, and the green candles kept moving up consecutively. Or conversely, like here, we see that all the candles are red, and the price has dropped significantly. In such situations, it's certain that we will have a corrective trend afterward. This means the price will pull back to some extent, and even if the uptrend is supposed to continue, it will do so after this correction. And here, as you can see, the price retraced about half of the way with just one candle. In this section, if you look, all this happened in a single candle. There's something I've mentioned in previous videos. Whenever you see a Marubozu candle, Marubozu candles are typically large-bodied with no wicks at the top or bottom, like this one. It has no wick at the top or bottom and usually has a large body. Whenever you see a large candle with no wick, there's a 70% chance that the next candle will be in the opposite direction. So if the first one is green, for example, the next one is likely to be red about 70% of the time. Of course, the remaining 30% happens quite often too. These are just probabilities, and the reason is simple. After a sudden price surge, it tends to pull back a bit. Even if the uptrend is to continue, after that red candle, we'll see another green one, and it will continue with its trend. The same logic applies to the market and waves here. Note that we are on the 1-minute time frame. This uptrend wave, when seen on a higher time frame, might appear as just one large candle. Since there are red candles in between, it takes this form, but on higher time frames, it will look different. Essentially, when you zoom out, this sequence of smaller waves forms a single large candle or wave at a higher time frame. Alright, we'll wait here. Friends, look, we can see that a lower high has formed here. And now we're waiting to see if a lower low will form compared to this low we have here. If it does, we can be more certain that our trend is turning bearish. So, we'll wait here and see what happens next. Alright, it looks like the trend is turning bearish, but it has reached a support zone here, and we see a trend reversal at this point. We could have taken a trade here as well. I hadn't checked the market history much before, but we see that this was a relatively good zone. If I had seen it earlier, I could have taken a trade here, but it's alright. My main goal with these videos is to share the key points with you so that you understand the overall concept and can read the market. You can then make your trades in different situations. You can practice on a demo account first and then move to your live account once you feel skilled enough to use these strategies. When I'm recording videos and teaching, my focus on trading decreases a bit. It's like I lose my own focus and can't execute trades at the right time. This might be a personal issue for me, but unfortunately, while talking and teaching during video recordings, I get a little distracted and lose focus, which prevents me from trading at the right moment. However, I try my best to explain all the points so that nothing is overlooked and you can make good use of these concepts. Alright, we see that this candle has come up again and reached the same level we had before, which it had previously reacted to. The candle that's forming now is important for us. If it can break through this level properly and move past it, our trend is likely to continue upward. But if it closes like this, meaning the body remains below our level, we can open a sell trade on the next candle. It seems like it can't break through this level. There are 6 seconds left, so let's see where this candle will close. Alright, I've opened a sell trade here. Let's wait together to see the result of this trade. We expect to see a red candle here. Alright, as you saw, this trade also closed in profit. If you truly learn the rules of the market and price action well, you won't need to use any indicators or even tools. You can simply look at the chart and execute your trades, but this requires a lot of practice and experience. I am sure that each of you can achieve this, but you need to be patient and persistent. And if you miss a good opportunity, don't be upset or too hard on yourself. Keep practicing thoroughly on a demo account until you can make successful trades. As you can see, friends, I went over each point that I've previously discussed in different videos and applied them here while trading. If you also consider these points, you will surely be able to make successful trades. Well, dear friends, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. These were the results of the trades we made today. I placed 4 trades for you without using any tools or indicators.
Dear friends, to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, please subscribe to the BS Academy channel. Also, activate the notification bell so that you are informed as soon as we publish new videos. Thank you for your support.